Emerging technologies are boosting product innovation across sectors, especially in the automotive industry. Besides standard frameworks that define, implement, and evaluate the processes required for system development, the auto industry needs effective communication and cross-team visibility to produce quality products and deliver positive business results. Integrations via OpsHub Integration Manager (OIM) help organizations manage customer requirements and conquer product complexity with enhanced collaboration. In this video, we will demonstrate how OIM integrates Enterprise Architect, EA, and Jama Connect bidirectionally, enabling system engineers and product managers to access cross-functional data, both historical and real-time, in their preferred system with full context. The traceability between visual modeling and requirements management tools help development teams to design and build software and systems accurately, avoiding tedious manual workarounds. Here in Jama, we can see a component created EA demo. Within that, we have two pre-created set containers, one for storing requirements and the other for diagrams. The product manager creates a requirement in Jama, gives it a name, description, and changes the priority. All fields mapped in OIM's mapping configuration will automatically synchronize back to Enterprise Architect. In addition to the usual fields, here we can see a custom field added in Jama, which has the values of element types of EA. For the first requirement, under EA element type, the product manager selects activity from the drop-down. This means when the requirement synchronizes to Enterprise Architect, it will synchronize as an element of type activity. The product manager similarly adds a couple of more requirements with the different EA types. For the second requirement, the product manager selects action as the EA element type. Block element type for the third requirement. And interface for the fourth requirement. Once the requirements are created in Jama, we can establish a linkage between any requirement from Jama and the same will synchronize back to EA. To do so, the product manager relates the activity with the action, chooses the relationship type, and saves it to create the relation. The relationship has been successfully created in Jama. We can see that the activity has a downstream item, which is the action. Similarly, action has an upstream item, which is the activity. In Enterprise Architect EA, the systems architect refreshes the page to view all the elements which have synchronized from Jama. Each element is of a different type based on the custom field value given in Jama. All details associated with each element are also visible here, such as the name, description, and type. The systems architect in EA now goes on to create diagrams using the synchronized elements. From the diagrams package, the systems architect creates an activity diagram. The linkage established between activity and action in Jama will be visible here in this diagram. We can see the existing relationship between activity and action here. Additional elements provided in EA can be added to the diagram as well. The systems architect adds another activity and action element from the EA options and renames both. The systems architect now relates action 2, which is the recently added action element, with activity 1 element, which had synchronized from Jama, and adds a dependency. Then goes on to relate action 2 with activity 2 and add a dependency. We can add multiple elements to the diagram and all of them will synchronize back to Jama. The systems architect now creates a block definition diagram. adds block 1 element from the EA options and the requirement block 1, which are synchronized from Jama. In this diagram, the systems architect also includes the requirement interface element, which are synchronized from Jama, and an actor element from the EA elements options. The systems architect relates the interface element with block 1 and the actor element with both blocks. All the elements added in the diagrams will synchronize back to Jama. The systems architect now creates a sequence diagram. This time, instead of using synchronized elements from Jama, includes native EA elements only. Once all diagrams are created, the systems architect renames them as per their type. In Jama, the product manager views the latest synchronized diagrams. The names will take a couple of minutes to reflect since they were updated last in EA. The sequence diagram has synchronized with all its associated details and elements like the name, type, etc. The names for all the diagrams have now synchronized. In the block diagram, we can see the image with the elements which have synchronized from EA. Since we used the synchronized elements from Jama in EA's diagram, we will see linkages established over here in Jama with the diagram. In the activity diagram, we can see all elements and details have synchronized. The linkage of the two requirements used in the diagram, which had initially synchronized from Jama, is also visible here. The remote ID field in Jama shows the link to which EA element ID has the particular requirement synchronized. Similarly, in EA2, under each requirement, we can see the corresponding Jama ID and Jama link. That completes the demo. Thank you for watching.